What up, everyone? This is Tim Klein. I just thought I would give a quick tour on my CO2 setups. There have been a lot of forum posts recently, people wondering what they should go with, and I put in my 2 cents, so to back it up, I just thought I would show you what I'm running. So it's a pressurized CO2 system. I built the regulator from a regulator I bought on Craigslist and a post body kit from DIYCO2regulator.com. So this is my 5-pound cylinder. I have it strapped to the stand just in case there's any sort of issue. Also, the regulator is pretty heavy, so it could easily tip it over if I don't strap it up. It's a standard CGA 320 valve for the CO2, and then I have this big dual stage regulator I picked up on Craigslist from a welder for 50 bucks. It's got 2 gauges, so the top one is the pressure of the CO2 in the tank, and this is the working pressure. I have it set to 30, which is a holdover from when I was using an atomizer that required a PSI of 30. That's the pressure adjustment knob for changing the working pressure. Seems really well. So since I bought the regulator off a welder, it needs a couple of components. So I got a post body kit from DIYCO2.com. It comes with a couple connectors, a solenoid, a brass elbow, a needle valve, a Fabco NV55-18 needle valve, and then a 1/4-inch push connect for CO2 hosing, which is super easy to use, and I love how simple it is. You just push it in there. You can see in the back it's a clippard mouse solenoid. This one runs on 24 volt DC, but they also make a 12 volt DC solenoid. The key with this setup, I think, is the super high quality Fabco NV55-18 needle valve. It's really big, but it's super accurate and never drifts. It's got this nylon knob with set screws, so you can lock it in place once you get there. So yeah, the solenoid just has a DC plug that just goes to I picked this up at Goodwill for $2, just a power source, DC power source, and that's plugged into a timer. And I have my CO2 come on 2 hours before the lights, and then it goes off about an hour before the lights go off, and the lights are just plugged into a timer as well, different timer, just so that you can do that offset. So the CO2, after it comes out, the needle valve goes in. I have too many check valves, but it goes through a check valve. And then it goes into a bubble counter that I got from Green Leaf Aquarium. That also has a built-in check valve. You can see there's a black mark on there. If I want to do an accurate bubble count, I'll make sure the water in there is all the way up to there, but usually I just set it and forget it. So you can see the bubble rate's quite high, but if you fill it up with more water, it'll slow down just because of the little bit added pressure. At least that's my experience. So then the CO2 comes out of the bubble counter through another check valve, and then up into my homemade Rex Griggs style CO2 reactor, which I moved to after having a atomizer, and I love the reactor. It's out of the aquarium. It's full dissolution rate. You get all the CO2 dissolved. I have mine hard plumbed with a Cobalt Aquatics MJ400 water pump, which is absolutely silent. So yeah, so it's just a 12-inch long, 2-inch diameter PVC reactor with some bio balls in it. I know people are hot or not on the bio balls, but mine is bio balls, seems to work fine. So there's the CO2 system sort of as it looks underneath my open stand with the filter there. So that's all. I hope somebody finds this useful. It's just for information, just so you can see a setup. If you have any questions about the setup or anything, happy to answer based on my experience. Thanks.